And you're live, Chairman. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good evening and welcome to this North West Area Planning meeting today, the 4th of December 2024. And my name is Councillor Maddie Thompson and I'm the chairman of this committee. Members, we're streaming this meeting live as well as recording, and by being present in the meeting, you're giving your consent to being recorded. During each item, please put your hand up to indicate if you wish to speak. I will then invite you at the appropriate time. Could I ask members to avoid approaching the top table, as this can create interference with the cameras and live stream. Please note that the YouTube live stream sound recording is dependent on the correct use of the microphones. Therefore, can I ask that when invited to speak, you remember to turn on your microphone and turn it off when finished. Please reference a page or paragraph number when referring to the agenda papers and keep your contributions as clear and concise as possible. We do not have any fire alarm testing scheduled today. If you hear the alarm, please exit using either of the two marked fire escape routes. Once out of the building, please proceed to the designated muster point located on the grass verge by the police station entrance. Members, there's no members update this evening, so I'll move to item 2, which is apologies for absence. Please, Ms Bird.
Thank you, Chairman. Apologies were received from Councillor Morgan, Councillor Siddle, Councillor Stevens, Councillor White. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you very much. Item 3 is the minutes. It's recommended we approve the minutes of the meeting held on 6th of October. I'll take those as read and so propose. Is there a seconder? Councillor Durham, thank you. Are there any matters of accuracy? Can we agree those by assent, members? Thank you. Item 4 is declarations of interest. I have to read this, I'm afraid. To disclose the existence and nature of any disclosable pecuniary interests, other registrable interests and non-registrable interests relating to items of business on the agenda, having regard to paragraph 9 and appendix B of the Code of Conduct for members. Members are also reminded they're required to disclose any such interests as soon as they come aware, should the need arise through the meeting. So our first and only planning application is item 5. Oh, sorry, you have a declaration of interest?
I do, sorry, Chairman, only just that I have previously been a customer of RJ Rowe, emptying out my Clargester.
I believe I may have, but I'm not sure, so I didn't actually give you this an interest.
Yeah, me too.
Me too.
I think we all...
Practically everybody. Okay.
Okay.
Right, so item 5, there won't be any public speakers, so if we can have the presentation, please, Ms Bradley.
Thank you, Chair. This is an application to vary conditions 1 and 2 of a 2009 planning application to allow additional lorries to be parked on the site. As set out in the report, the background of the application dates to a 2002 application, which granted permission for the use of the land and buildings for a drainage contracting business, parking of 10 lorries and the retention of existing porta cabins. A subsequent application in 2002 was granted to increase the number to 12 lorries, and then a further application in 2009 was granted to provide an additional 3 lorries on the site, bringing the total to 15. This application seeks to vary conditions 1 and 2 of the 2009 permission to allow parking of 2 additional lorries on the site, bringing the total to 17. Sorry, just going the wrong way. So this is the site location plan submitted with the original application, with the site outlined in red in the middle there. This is known as Fleet Farm. There is a single access point which comes out this way to Fambridge Road. This is the junction of the access road with Fambridge Road, which is opposite the now Herndal Avenue, which serves the new residential development on the western side of Fambridge Road. Just running through some site photos. So this is taken looking up the access drive towards the site. And now this is within the site. So looking in the northwesterly direction, the site office, which is porta cabin on the left here, and existing building on the right. Around the site are quite steep and high embankments, which effectively screen the site from surrounding areas. And on this side, there's also quite significant vegetation as well, which can be seen in the background. This is another view of one of the existing buildings on the site. And as I say, these are part of the embankments around the site. So this is just area of hard standing there's no shortage of space for the lorries to be parked on within the site here. Nothing was set out in the original application about exactly where they could park, and there's no reason to require that now. So just in terms of summary and recommendation, the site is outside the settlement boundary, but in this case the principle of development has already previously been established. Previous permissions have allowed for 15 lorries to be parked on the site. The proposed 2 additional commercial vehicles is only a small increase in the number from that which exists. And although there have been incremental increases over the years, the original number being 10, the number of vehicles is still relatively low. No objections have been forthcoming from consultees, in particular county highways. Accordingly, it's not considered there's a reason to justify refusal of the application, and it's therefore recommended that permission to vary conditions 1 and 2 to allow for a maximum of 17 lorries on the site is granted. Thank you.
Members?
Thank you, Chair. A bit echoey. Yeah, I have absolutely no problem with this application whatsoever, and I think we should go along with the officer's recommendations for
Is that a proposal?
approval. So that's my proposal.
Thank you. It's seconded by Councillor Whiffen. Everybody as it happens. Okay, has anybody any comments or questions? Shall we go to the vote then, members? Those in favour? That's unanimously in favour of the officer's recommendation to approve. So thank you very much. Item 6 is items of business the chairman decides are urgent. There are none. So with thanks to officers and members of the public, I close the meeting at 19:36.